Every relationship you carry with you, first the one with yourself, then the one with your parents, whether they were with you or absent, then the one with the caregivers around you, and then your friendships, and then your romantic relationships. They hold a different space. So let me give some definition and texture to some of your relationships. There are 3 types of relationships, and I promise you, every relationship will fall in one of these categories. So the first type of relationship is a lifetime. And a lifetime relationship is just that. One person's gonna bury the other person. No matter what you do, someone's gonna bury the other person. Lifetime. The second type of relationship is life-giving. Now, this relationship will last anywhere from one night, yes, I did say one night, to 2 years. It will last from one night to 2 years. And this relationship was designed to give you back life, to let you know you're still in the game. How many of us have had that? Yes, yes? And it just reminds you, oh yeah, I'm still here. And that relationship is full of energy, it's full of passion, and it's full of chaos. And you can't keep up that level of energy, right? Forever, which is why it can't last past 2 years. You'll go crazy. Or somebody's gonna kill the other person. Something's gonna happen. Because it's intense. That's why it brings you back to life, because its intensity wakes you up again. It was life-giving. It wasn't supposed to last forever. It was life-giving. The third type of relationship is the type of relationship that has the most turbulence, the most frustration, the most breakdown, the most hurt, the most pain. And it's the relationship that we're in the most. It's called a purposeful relationship. A purposeful relationship is a relationship full of purpose. And the reason why we have so much turbulence, breakdown, and hurt is because once the purpose is fulfilled, the relationship, get this, forever takes a change. And we spend the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years trying to make a purposeful relationship a what? A lifetime relationship. And so you wonder, what happened? How many of us have said, what happened? What happened was you were supposed to have children together. You were supposed to raise each other. You were supposed to grow up together. You were supposed to start a business together. You were supposed to have that defining moment together. And then once it was complete, the relationship took a shift. Does it need to end? No, but you just need to stop trying to get back to where it was. Can people be together forever in a purposeful relationship? Yes, just accept the new path that it's on. And when a relationship is complete, recognize that it's complete because it did what it was supposed to do. Now, what I did is I made a list of everybody I'd ever dated. You cannot see it. It's locked away in a safe. Wrote down the people that I dated, and you put them in 2 columns. You put the type of relationship and what was the purpose. So it's either gonna be life-giving or purposeful. And then you write down the purpose. And when you find the purpose, all of a sudden you don't think the relationship was a waste of time. Now it has a reason. There's something you learn, something that you gain. In my perceivingly worst relationship, where my fiance picked me up and threw me 3 feet across the room and choked me until I passed out, when I can figure out the purpose of that relationship, now I can bring Lisa 100% fully forth so that my next doesn't pay for my ex. Because until you are complete and whole in some of those answers, you're trying to avoid them in the future. Until you can be whole and complete with them. It's purposeful. Any relationship you're no longer in is either purposeful or life-giving. Figure out which one and figure out what it gave you. What life did it give you? What purpose did it fulfill? And then move on into your breathtaking future. It's our job to recognize that your love doesn't belong to you. That someone's gonna cross your path tomorrow, next week, next year. And they need the love that you have. But in order for them to get it, you need to fill your cup up and you need to be in overflow, because you can't love them from your cup. You gotta always love them from your saucer. Because when you love them from your saucer, you never ever run out. You never love on an empty tank. Love never hurts. A lot of times when love is hurting, it's because you haven't given you everything you need yet. And you're trying to give other people what you still need. You're trying to give them your oxygen, which is why you're sitting around going, hurry up. And so recognizing that when you love from your overflow, that's the most responsible thing that you could do. And that the greatest love that you can ever give the world is the demonstration of what loving you looks like. Because somewhere There's a 14-year-old girl. There's a 6-year-old boy. There's a 60-year-old man. There's a 46-year-old woman who hasn't discovered herself yet. There's a 63-year-old woman looking to redefine herself, and they're all looking at you. They're not looking at the way you love them. They're looking at the way you love you. And they're saying, well, if she can do it, I can do it. If she can give herself 1,000 second chances, then I can give myself one more. And if he can give himself another chance, if he can get up after that financial fall, if he can get up after that divorce, if she can get up after that breakup, if he can get back up after having to leave his children, if she can get back up after having that child, and she can define herself, then what can I do? We don't think about what we can do based on what we hear. We live inside possibility based on what we see. And so your demonstration of how madly in love with you are helps me to recognize how madly in love with me I get to be. And then when I love myself enough, then all my extra just oozes over onto you. And when you let your light shine like that, because you've fallen in love with you, all of a sudden you get in the corner and that light for a moment brightens up someone's momentary darkness. And then you've been a blessing to someone else. Humanity doesn't start with everybody. Humanity starts with somebody. Humanity isn't many. Humanity is one, and one more, and one more, and one more. Sometimes we make it so big, it becomes so ambiguous, we never have to touch it. Humanity is the sister at the grocery store. Humanity is the black man that's walking down the street who looks like he can use a hello and a smile. Humanity is the Asian woman who's in the corner who can use some love. Humanity is the white man who's in the corner who might not say hi to me, but if he sees love on my face, then he knows that I mean him no harm. I'm his sister. Humanity is each one of us. Humanity are the Trump voters and the Obama voters and the people who want to defect from U.S. like some of us because it's crazy. Humanity is all of us. Humanity is all of us. That's who we are. It could be about the numbers, but it's not. It's about the quality of life for me. It's about loving the moment. I don't want to love the arrival as much as I want to love the journey. I want to love the journey and I want to feel the journey. And in order for my yes to have value, my no needs to be said. And I want to exercise my no and my yes. I want to dance until my knees hurt. I want to stay awake until I doze off in the middle of a sentence because the conversation is so good. I want to laugh until my belly aches. I want to sleep until the sun wakes me up. I want to find out what does my song sound like, even off key. I want my heart to skip a beat. And I want my stomach to turn in knots because he just took my breath away by the way he looked at me. Like, I don't want to miss a moment of this life called love. But every time I look in the mirror at Lisa, I want to look at her and I want to say, God, I love walking with you. I love holding your hand. I love this journey and I'm proud. I'm proud of the way you wear imperfection. And so I say that love starts with self-love. It starts with being willing to recognize that the greatest love of all is inside of you, that it's always been inside of you. It's always been what you need. It's always been where you were. It's always been.